So, do you love it or leave it? Protagonists meet in the first 10% of the novel.
Absolutely. Love it. Love it. I found that whenever I have to wait, like it's like already 15% and then 20%, and then I'm like, where is it? Where is it? So even in this book, I think, yeah, they meet in the first chapter. It's like, I don't know, 8 pages or something. So it's like I love it. I have DNF books because the protagonist just didn't meet. Like I was just reading for an hour and it's still like, oh god. So yeah, love it, love it.
Yeah. Okay. Love it or leave it, dual point of view narration.
That's a tricky one. Dual is okay, I think, but anything more than two is off the charts. So I can't do like Game of Thrones style 20-person POV. That's
Yeah.
like not my style. So I when it's the two protagonists, I think that's okay because they are telling their story
Mhm.
from different perspectives, which is great, especially when uh one of them is pining but the other doesn't know, and you get to see
Mhm.
sides, and then it's interesting. But even though my first book is dual perspective, the second book is just one perspective because there is a secret from the other for the other person, for the other protagonist.
Oh,
If I got to do the dual perspective, then the reader would already know. So it depends. It depends. So I like
that's
both,
intriguing.
but I a little bit I lean forward toward like the one perspective, just a little bit.
Okay. All right. Love it or leave it, third person past tense.
Yes, love it. I try to write in present tense, but it just doesn't come to me. And I think first person is just. I think I feel like first person is for fantasies or something. I don't know. I've always picked up, like, maybe it's just chance, pure chance, but I always picked up fantasy romances that were first person, and always picked up historical romances that were third person past tense. So I just
Yeah.
lean toward that, I think.
Yeah. All right. Love it or leave it, third act, breakup, or dark moment.
Love it. Love it. Love it. It doesn't have to be a breakup, but just something that just throws off the status quo and throws off like a big plot twist or something, because that's keeping me on the edge of my seat, and that goes just gets me going. It's like whenever I reach like 60% in a book and it just all looks so good and all looks so yummy and beautiful, and oh my god, they are so happy, and I just know it's like, no, something is good. It's just only 60%, and it gives me that like little anticipation that just
Yeah.
unputdownable.
Yeah. Okay. Love it or leave it, always end with an epilogue.
I can leave it. I think it depends. Sometimes, is that feeling when the protagonists are married and afterwards we don't care what happens to them. So it's until the marriage and the wedding, and whatever happens after that. And with historical romances, I feel like you need that happy ending, and I just feel like it's epilogues are good for the word count, definitely, but not all. They don't always add that little extra. But maybe if the couple gets together, like in the very end of the book, and maybe I can be more forgiving because I didn't get enough, so I need
Mm.
some more. And that's when I'm like, fine, okay, this made sense. But other times I just, and I say this as like someone who wrote an epilogue to book. So, but I am very well aware that it's hard to tempt that, like it's a good temptation to write an epilogue because you just can't stop. You don't want to stop. You don't want
Yeah.
to leave them alone. So from a writer's perspective, I'm all in for epilogue, but from a reader's perspective, I'm on the edge about it.
Interesting. All right. Love it or leave it, share your research in an author's note.
I love it. I think from all the research that goes into these books, especially in historical romance, you have this feeling that you want to share how much you read and how long you've stayed up all night and just read about these things and how they wore their clothes and what material they used and all of these, the littlest things. How did they did they drink coffee even, or did they just take tea, or like you research the most amazing things sometimes. Sometimes I research even the most stupidest things, but I am all in for showing that off, and I love reading about it even, so give a little background context. I think it's very nice.
Yeah. All right. Are there any other romance rules I didn't ask about that you think you break?
Oh, I think there is one. I don't like two tropes that are very, very popular. I don't like love triangles at all. It's like
Okay.
it's like I might have had some bad, experiences with young adult romances when I was 17 or something. I don't know.
Yes.
That drives me off the wall. And the other is second chance romance.
Uh-huh.
I just there's something about people who have already, shared their first kiss and all those intimate moments off page, and it's just like, I just can't. Like, I need that tension. I need them to realize their feelings for the first time and how magnetic that is and how overwhelming that is. And I want to feel all the feels. And from a second chance romance, I don't get the same feeling, sadly.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. I think, Evelyn, that you are a little bit of a rule breaker
Oh, okay.
in all the best ways.